Hi guys, it's Connor from Blackpool FC Fan TV, and in today's video, we're doing a season review. I'm going to look back on our season that, arguably wasn't good enough. But, yeah, I'm going to have like a score count where I'm going to show how many points I thought we should have got this season. And yeah, let's start off with August. In transfer terms, we had 10 players sign for us and we saw 5 leave the club. It was a disappointing start to the season, which saw us only pick up 2 points in our first 4 games. Yeah, August was a terrible start to the season. We lost twice in the league, which saw Neil Critchley get sacked. We saw Grimshaw leave the club as well. And we also won 2 cup games, which is the only positive so far. Obviously, we played Blackburn and beat them under Rich Keogh, who did a fantastic job while he was with us, or as manager. And yeah, let's get on to September. But first, this is how many points I think we should have at this moment in time. I think 2 points is sort of reasonable for our start to the season. On to September. Things started to look good for Blackpool as they managed to get wins on the board, including a new manager. I'm not going to really indulge into the cup games, maybe bar the FA Cup. After the Bristol Streets Motors game, we won 4-1. It was announced that Steve Bruce would take the reins of Blackpool, which for me, I thought was fantastic. And a manager of that calibre coming to Blackpool was absolutely a positive thing and could only look up. And we took on some fantastic form. You can see results against Exeter, Charlton, Huddersfield, Burton. Some great results. We won, I think, 5 games on the bounce. And yeah, it was absolutely fantastic. After an incredible run and return to managing, Steve Bruce won the Sky Bet League One Manager of the Month. On to October, and it was a disappointing month. And unfortunately, Steve Bruce had to take some time off due to his grandson passing away. And yeah, it wasn't a great month with results. Obviously, it was disappointing that Bruce had to go, and obviously it's terrible what he went through. And I'm just going to quickly brush over that now and talk about our month in October. A draw against Lincoln where we should have probably won, conceded in the last minute, which I'll go on to another game. Obviously, Bruce went off after Mansfield and he didn't return until the start of November. So we lost 2-1 to Barnsley in the last minute, where for me, I thought we should have drawn that game. And then the likes of Peterborough, where we absolutely got demolished. We were terrible. And you could definitely tell that we missed his presence in the 3 games. He wasn't there. And obviously, we came back from 2 goals behind against Wigan. And, draws have defined our season. So we needed to pick up some more wins instead of drawing most home games. On to November, where there was a mixed bag of results. There were some positive results and obviously some negative results this month. November was a mixed bag of results. We won our FA Cup game against Gillingham. We went on to lose 3-0 away to Leyton Orient. We drew to Northampton, lost to Bolton, and got a win at Bristol Rovers. I think a draw at Bolton would have been a fair result of the game. They went again, scored a last-minute winner against us. And this is my tally in the corner of how many points I think we should be on now. And it should be about 24. But yeah, hopefully things can start to get better in December. On to December. It was more of a positive month for Blackpool, as they got some fantastic results, for example, against Reading and Birmingham. It was a more positive month in December. We beat Shrewsbury. We beat Reading away 3-0. We drew to Stevenage. Controversially lost to Wrexham, which I'm just going to play it again. This is not penalty at all. And that's the reason why we lost. And we drew 0-0 with Birmingham, where we should have won that game. A load of Birmingham fans were saying online that Blackpool deserved to win. And yeah, it showed that we can compete with the top sides in the league. And here is the points total of December leading up from the start of the season, and it should be 35 points if obviously results went our way. And I know if muts and maybes, but that's what I think of how many points we should I've had.
It was more of a positive month in January as Blackpool were unbeaten and they had 2 fantastic away wins.
On to January, and we only signed 3 players in that January transfer window, and we let quite a few players go out on loan as well. And in that month, we drew 3 games and won 2 away. Obviously, the drawing part at home is what kind of defined our season. And here is the points total, what I think we should have been on.
On to February, Blackpool continued their unbeaten run despite drawing 4 games in a row.
It's a mixed bag of results. There was 4 draws and 1 win, and the draws were mostly at home. Our home form has been terrible. I can't really put my finger on it. I think we've won 10 or 11 away all season. I've only won a couple at home. It's sort of frustrating and defined our season because, if we are drawing at home, we're not picking up the 3 points, and we could be further up the league, and this is where I think we should be on points wise. I think it should be about 50, only I think 13 points, 14 points off what we are now this season, and yeah, it is very frustrating.
On to March, and like I've been saying the whole video, yet again it's been a mixed bag of results for Blackpool. However, there has been some highlights, including a 3-0 win against Barnsley and a 2-1 win against rivals Bolton.
On to March, yet again, another mixed bag of results. We lost to Stockport and Orient, where for me both of those games should have been draws. We couldn't finish our dinner against Orient. Stockport, controversially, there's a foul up to the lead into their goal. And obviously we drew against Peterborough, beat Barnsley, we beat Northampton, and obviously we beat rivals Bolton, which obviously it was a mixed bag of results. We beat our Derby rivals, and we lost to teams who are in the top 6. Which is frustrating as we needed to be competing with those teams to get points to get into the playoffs, which we haven't done this season.
On to April, Blackpool were sat just below the playoff spots after a great win against Reading. However, after 2 poor performances against Rotherham and Wrexham, they saw their playoff dream come to an end after results went elsewhere.
April was a disappointing month, I'd say. We beat Reading, had that hope, and then we lost to Rotherham in the last minute, which for me, I think it should have been a draw. But, Beasley got sent off, did some stupid foul, which he didn't need to do, and we lost the game because of that. We beat Stevenage, lost to Wrexham, where we weren't good enough at all. We were very poor, just allowed them to bully us all over the pitch. Drew to Wigan in a game that didn't really mean anything, as the playoff spots were already decided at the 12:30 kickoff. We also lost to League One champions Birmingham yesterday, and both teams didn't really have nothing to play for. Bar Birmingham had to break the points record, but Birmingham outclassed Blackpool. They were absolutely unbelievable, and you can tell they're going to be a great championship side next season.
Well, on to May, and Blackpool only have 1 game left, and that's against Bristol Rovers.
Well, that's it. The season is practically finished. We've got Bristol Rovers on Saturday. Obviously, nothing to play for. They're already relegated. We have nothing to play for as well. And yeah, it's been a mixed bag of a season for us. We had some fantastic results. Could have clinched playoffs, but too many draws at home and some losses towards teams who are in the top 6 didn't help us. And for me, I thought we were going to reach the playoffs with Bruce at the wheel after we went on that fantastic run when he came in, and then just after Christmas, I thought we were going to do it, and then obviously we just sort of capitulated and didn't help ourselves, and yeah, it's just very disappointing. We go on to next season. It's going to be a lot positive next season. Obviously, Bruce has got a bigger transfer window than January to bring his players in. I think there's going to be completely different sort of team. I think quite a few players will leave. I think quite a few players will stay. And it's going to be fantastic and something to look forward to next season. And potentially, I think that we could go up as well. As well as going to be some exciting teams coming down. Potentially Preston, if results go our way as well. And we've got Plymouth, Cardiff. I presume Plymouth are down already because of the goal difference. But it's going to be a very exciting season for us. If we don't go up next season, then it's, yet again, it's going to be a sort of another failed season. Because I think the last 2 seasons have been sort of failed ones because we wanted to be straight back up to the Championship where the club belongs. So, yeah, we need to be back in the Championship because it's such a better league. I think we belong in there. And, you know, obviously we all want that dream to get promoted back to the First Division or the Premier League. And, yeah. Here is what the points we should have probably been on. I think it's 73. Obviously, that's if we haven't played against Bristol Rovers. And could have, obviously, if we took points off other teams, we could have been in the playoffs. But, you know, it's all if, buts, and maybes. It's just nice to show that we could have been in the playoffs and probably played better and had some better results. And, yeah. A lot of things didn't go our way. Obviously, Critchley getting sacked. You know, I'm unsure why he got sacked around that time. He could have given a new manager a run at first at the start of the season. Then Bruce came in. Everything was nice, positive. And then, obviously, that tragic incident happened where he left and we kind of dipped in form. And then, obviously, he came back and our home form has just been terrible. I don't know why. I don't know how it's dipped compared to last season. I think we only lost 3 games last season at home and rarely won away. Compared to this season, I think we've won 10 or 11 away, and I think we've only won maybe 6 at home this season in the league. And it's just frustrating. We need to be competing and getting to the playoffs. And, you know, we just missed out last season after losing on the last game. And it's sort of one of those that there's 3 games now where we had nothing to play for, and it's just been sort of poor, and it's kind of been frustrating. If you're new to the channel, please like and subscribe, check out my TikTok, and I'll see you guys at Bristol Rovers at home, where hopefully we can finish the season strong.